we are completely changing how the Sportster feels to ride. We have new foot controls and a clutch release that we are working on to get this fixed and ready to go so we can start working up towards the top, okay? So we gotta remove the cover first, pop this off. Last time we were on this, I had this pretty much almost there, but then I realized that we needed to change a couple things afterwards, so I left it pretty much half apart. So we'll pop this, get everything cleaned up, and re-torque it down. Try to remember where all the bolts go so we don't have to go through that whole mess of figuring out what goes to what. I'm gonna go ahead and polish this cover real quick. You guys already seen that video, so I'm gonna jump to that. See you guys in a minute. Back to ground zero on the primary, but there is a rhyme and reason. And when I reassemble this, I didn't know which way I was gonna go with these foot controls. I was kind of debating if I really wanted to do this way, but it's staying true to the flat tracker setup. So we are going to get this going. Just get this cover back on. Just need it to hold still. We'll be in business. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we'll start some of our bolts here. So I have 3 more bolts we gotta put on, but in order for us to do that, we gotta put our new foot position mount on. Stoked. This is a rear, essentially, set mixed with like a flat tracker. We'll get to the other portion of it, but we gotta get this on. We have some new bolts with spacers here that are going to adapt to this. It's going to hook right into the primary itself and torque itself down. So we gotta make sure we got everything together, and then we can torque the sequence all the way around with this new foot control being replacements of the old bolts that are there, all right? And if you wanted to see before, that was machined. This has been polished, did that, sanded it down, and made it mirror finish so we can match the rest of everything that's going on. Let's hook this up. I'm gonna go ahead and torque all this around, and then you guys have already seen this before, so I'll see you guys once we get that done. Bam, all torqued down. We're gonna get our clutch cable now in place. We'll get this all set up here. Fight this spinning deal. Okay, we just want to snug that down, make sure it seals it up so we don't leak, and we are good to go there. We're going to install the inner and outer ramp with our coupling here, and this should go right over. There we go. Get this aligned. There, just like that, and we'll get on our adjuster here. And we'll lock this in. Once the handlebars are on with the clutch, I'll probably do a little more adjusting back here, but this will do for now. So we're good, that'll lock it in, and we are good for the cover. See if we can get this O-ring to stay on here. It's got little divots inside of the primary here that we can hopefully squeeze onto, stay. It's kind of a pain trying to get this thing to stay on here. So the cover I'm still deciding on, so that's why I left it the way it is. It's pretty beat up. I have a couple ideas I want to do with this, but for now, that works. Let's get to a chain adjustment. Okay, so we need to be at 3/8 to 1/2 inch of play. We obviously have way too much play right now, so we're gonna adjust that a little more And I like using wrenches here for my 1/2 inch to 3/8 is where you need to be for cold. So use the spacing of the wrench. This is probably already too much, yeah. So we got a ways to go there. Right there. Perfect. That'll do. We'll check it when it's hot, when we finally get the bike running at that point, but we can lock down the nut on the bottom here finally. To match the new foot position, we got to install a GP shifter. This is complete overkill, but it'll be cool to try out and have fun with, all right? So GP shifting, never heard of it before. Essentially, your normal shifter is like this. You go down once and then 5 up. But a GP shifter just takes your shifter and flips it the other way, but now your gearing is essentially reversed. You have 1 up and then 5 down. It's pretty essential for trying to shift faster in the corners. You don't have toe drag to grab around when you're going tight down for like GP racing. I don't know if this is gonna do it, but either way, it's gonna be sweet to say I have it. We're gonna try it out, see how it feels. Very unnecessary for the roads, probably dangerous for the roads, because if you don't know what to shift like, you could just have a destroyed motor, transmission, all that bad stuff, and worse, all right? But we're gonna try this out and see how this works. This particular shifter too is all adjustable on different positions for length I need, and it also collapses too. So if it hits the ground, it goes back in, it doesn't stick right or just break right off. Real cool, nice, and it flows. Now it just all goes together. So let's get this on. Should just slide right over. There we go. Get our bolt going. Bam, our new foot controls. We have our new rear set, our new shifter, GP shifter, and I still gotta pick out a peg. I wasn't quite sure when I was doing this if I was gonna like the setup and how everything was gonna go. So I gotta get a specialized peg for that rear. It's not the standard cleavite that you usually see on like Harleys that are gonna be on there. So I'm gonna pick that out, think about going with the standard flat track. Now the difference between the mids and everything that's going on, forwards, all this. So the flat track style would be a rear control on your left, and then on your right will still be a mid, and that's a whole different, I should say, setup, not even from the same company, all that's different. So that'll get all that good stuff portioned out when we get to it. But for now, guys, that'll about us in this one. I would greatly appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button, tap that like, press the notifications, leave a comment below and tell what you think. For those who already subscribed, thank you as always. Stay free. Catch you guys later. Peace.